Hi, welcome. You don't need to listen to anything I'm saying. I'll just be here talking quietly while you rest. If your mind drifts, that's completely okay. If you fall asleep, that's perfect too. Tonight, I'll gently talk about a typical day from my elementary school years in Korea. Nothing important, just ordinary memories. You can let the sound of my voice fade into the background. There's nothing you need to do. It's an early day in April. I'm walking out of the house. Close the door behind me. I start walking down the stairs. One step at a time. I live in a 4-story townhome. Walking down the stairs takes a little time. Third floor, second floor, onto the first floor. As I walk out of the main entrance, I feel the breeze, very crisp, early April breeze. It's not too cold. It feels just cool. I live only 5 minutes walking from the school. I start walking. Concrete pavements. In my sneakers. I look up. I see other kids walking briskly. I see the yellow lines on the pavement. As I walk closer to the school, It gets louder, louder, and even louder as I get closer to the gate. I see a friend. I say hello. I see my teacher also walking in. I say hello, bowing my head. I'm already walking across the school play yard. I arrive at the main entrance. I change my shoes into indoor shoes. It was a quick 5-minute walk, but my backpack feels heavy. My slightly worn backpack has all the textbooks for the day weighing on my shoulders as I'm putting outdoor shoes into my shoe carrier. My indoor shoes feel a little cold. I have to walk up 4 stairs to my classroom. First floor, second floor. I see my friends. They're all walking up the stairs. Third floor, fourth floor. I turn left and I see a long hallway. The hallway feels so long. I can't even see the end of the hallway. I walk towards the end of the hallway to my classroom. Passing by my friends, other teachers who are also arriving. I arrive at my classroom and slide the wooden door open. I got here a little early today. I see about 5 friends. We all say hi. The air in the classroom still feels a little cold. I walk to my desk, a wooden desk. Put my heavy backpack on the ring. I slide the chair out. As the chair makes a noise on the wooden floor. I take out all the textbooks from the backpack. And I put them nicely in the storage underneath the wooden table. I get myself seated. I see other friends walking in. Every time someone walks in, I hear the wooden sliding door open. And the noise when it shuts close. I look out the window. And I see other people walking across the school from the entrance, across the play yard. It's 8:45 a.m. My teacher walks in. We all say hello to the teacher. She says hello back to all of us. More friends, more kids are coming into the classroom. As we get closer to 9 a.m. It gets louder and louder, with the sound of wooden desk, wooden chair, on the wooden floor. I look at the clock again. 8:59. Shortly after, it's 9 a.m. and the bell rings. First period. My teacher stands in front of the podium. All of our eyes glued on her. All of our notebooks out. Ready to route. It's a history class. Shortly after, the teacher starts writing on the board. The classroom filled with 30 kids. All you hear is the sound of teacher's chalk on the board. It's a classroom filled with 30 kids. All you hear is the sound of writing on our notebook. The sound of pencil on notebook paper. That's all I hear. I look at the clock. It's 9:15 a.m. And we're writing. The teacher is writing on the board. I look out the window. I see the tree branches moving up and down gently. By the April breeze. As I'm staring out the window, the bell rings. All of the 30 kids start moving around. Wooden chairs, wooden desk, shortly after, the milk delivery comes in. small milk cartons, individual elementary school sized. The designated person hands out the milk cartons. All of a sudden, the class gets a little quiet, all drinking milk. I open the window, see the dust in the sunlight. I see some school students arriving late with their parents, walking from the entrance. The bell rings, and the second period begins. Once again, the classroom is filled with just the sound of writing. Teachers writing on the chalkboard. And students writing on their notebooks, textbooks, the sound of pencil writing on paper. My hand, my fingers feel a little stiff and tired from writing. I stretch out my hands and fingers. I stretch my arms. I stretch my back. And I'm back to writing notes. I look at the palm of my hand. It's already a little dirty from rubbing against the desk. The wooden desk has many scratches, colors, from years of usage. I'm wearing long sleeves. The tip of my sleeve is already getting a little dirty, just a little dusty. From the wooden desk. The sound of teachers writing stopped. The teacher looks at us as we finish writing. The teacher calls on number 23, student number 23, stands and starts reading. Our eyes are all glued to the textbook. All you hear is the student reading, students breathing, and the sound of turning pages. As the pages turn, all 30 students, all at the same time, unison sound of textbook turning pages. That sound feels very calming. Time has passed. The bell rings again. It's getting closer to lunchtime. Though the dining room is on the first floor, you hear the heavy metal tray, the metal tray sound coming from distant. The clink of the metal spoon, the clink of the chopsticks. You hear them from the distance. We all grab our water bottles. Start walking out of the classroom. And we line up in the hallway. It's 11:45, and the long highway looking hallway is filled with students. I look back and I see my friends from other classrooms all lined up, ready to walk downstairs. To the dining room. The teacher leads us downstairs from the 4th floor. As you go from the 4th floor to the 3rd, to the 2nd, to the 1st, and to the dining room, all you hear is steps. All the students wearing the same indoor shoes, walking down the stairs. As you get closer and closer to the dining room, to the cafeteria, you smell the food. The smell gets stronger as you get closer. The sound of the metal tray. The clink of the spoon. The chopsticks. Metal tray on the dining table. We're all lined up again, waiting for our turn. I get my lunch. I look for my friends, who we always sit together. And I walk to the same spot with my tray, where all of my friends are there waiting for me. We don't talk much. We are focused, but we don't talk much. But we're there, together at the table. It doesn't take long for us to eat. One by one, we finish. I'm the last person to finish. We stand up, start walking out with our trays. You get in the line where students place the used tray one by one on a large tray. The trays are stacked one on top of another, one at a time. As it makes the metal sound. All of us briskly walk out. Walks up to the 4th floor, back to the classroom. First, second, third, and the 4th floor. We all turn right this time. Starts walking down the long hallway back to our classroom. Many students are already back. We start playing, just goofing around in the back of the classroom. We push forward and push aside some of the desks and chairs. To make more room to play. This is the only time when the time goes a little faster. Just lost in thoughts. No playing. just goofing around. Most of the students are back from the lunch. Most of us are seated again. The wooden sliding door opens. Our teacher walks in. And everyone is seated now. The desks are back in order. The chairs are back in order. And the bell rings. Once again, the classroom gets very quiet. Shortly after, you don't hear the noise from the classroom next door. It feels like the whole building is asleep. The sound of chalkboard, the sound of pencil on paper fills the classroom. My eyelids feel heavy. I look around. I look around. But my eyelids feel heavy. I put my head on the wooden desk. The desk feels cool against my cheek. Yet my eyelids feel heavy, heavier. The writing stopped. You don't hear the sound and the noise of the pencil. You hear the sound of the zipper Students are slowly putting their textbooks, pencil cases, and notebooks into their backpack as the final bell rings softly. The whole classroom is greeted by the feeling of freedom. The teacher says closing marks. Our eyes are already glued on the door. Class dismissed. The classroom is filled with the sound of the desk and the chairs of 30 students. All at the same time, standing, moving around, grabbing their backpack, adjusting their chairs. It's not just my classroom. The classroom next door. The classroom upstairs. The classroom downstairs. We're walking out of the sliding door. All of the students are walking out of their classrooms. We make our way back from the 4th floor, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. It's filled with students changing their shoes back to the outdoor shoes. It's not the morning breeze. The air feels fresh, but a little dense, still a little cool. We're walking towards the entrance. The same entrance, the same gate we walked through in the morning. As soon as we make our way back and out, we are greeted by the stationery store. We're greeted by the colorful pens, nicely organized notebooks, papers, stationery, as I walk and walk, one at a time, and one at a time, my friends and I, we part our ways. As I walk closer to my house, closer to my house, it gets quieter, quieter, and quieter. The bustling sound of the elementary school, distant, fading away. All I hear is my footsteps. All I feel is the light breeze of an April afternoon in Korea. I arrive at the entry of my house. I start walking up the stairs. First, second, third. My backpack feels heavy. My steps are slower. And on to the fourth floor. Everything is quiet now. Everything is quiet. Everything is quiet now. Sleep well. Sleep well. Good night.